Welcome to TAG, Technology, Automotive, and Gaming, Derek. Today, we're going to do my girlfriend's 2000 Toyota Celica GTS. Now, it is not my favorite Celica. As you know, I prefer the late 80s to early 90s Celicas because they're everything everyone can look at. Good off-road, good on-road, good gas mileage, biggest trunk space you can have in any car in its class, including most sedans. And it's invincible in a bearing, you know, so. Pretty wash. Look at that right there.
Whoa!
Tag, you're in. Today we're looking at my girlfriend's 2000 Toyota Celica GTS. Now this isn't my favorite type of Celica, not by far, but it is a good Celica for these days and times for what you need from a car. Now it's not as robust or as off-roady as my car. Doesn't have as big of a boot, but it's a true sports car. Anyone who argues it's from the drives not your sports car, me, but then go shove it, because this car can handle 0.97 G's in the lateral corners. Okay, that means it'll be moving almost 1 G laterally before the wheels go off. And this is the GTS, so it has, if you come over here, low profile tires that we made less of a low profile. We put a little thicker tire on because the ride sucks nuts, as I will explain to you later. And these are 17-inch wheels. They're technically aftermarket, but the higher performance GTS does have those aftermarket wheels. And it does have a cool LED thing right here that's aftermarket as well, but the whole shape of the headlight is exactly the same as it would be in any other GTS. The lights are pretty nice though, and we're going to actually upgrade these eventually to have some really bright LED lights, you know? Something that really flashes, you know, when you're getting out there, just like all the Priuses. And you know what I really like about this car, because here's the front, awesome looking there. Real Ram intake and a real hood scoop. Now I say, well, if that's the Ram intake, what's the hood scoop for? And I kid you not, this is a real sports car. This is for cooling the brakes. That's what it does. Genius. Especially if you're on the racetrack. You want your brakes to be cool, right? You know? Now if you move around the side here, I think the shape of the car is gorgeous. And it has one of the most important things all cars should have, a sunroof. And it pops up. Perfect for if it's raining, you just need a little bit of air. It has a nice, beautiful shape, you know. It is coming on to 20 years old. It's literally 20 years old, you know. Technically, it's a classic. But look at how well it holds up, and it's reliable, and it's good looking. And I even like this very low-profile little spoiler here that is actually functional, but not a lot, because you don't need a lot of downforce on a front-wheel drive car. And the back's not too bad either. The lights are a little kind of old-fashioned. This is definitely a 90s style light. You know, they designed it in the 90s, you know. And, oh, this is coming off. But, yeah, a little glue, that'll fix that. No problem here. So since we're back here, let's go look at the trunk, you know. Come in the trunk here, lots of trunk space, right? And we'll do a test on how much trunk space there is. But I can tell you that this right here used to annoy me. And Toyota was thinking, they're like, you know, people put things in their trunk, but they want to put other stuff. Definitely designed for men, not women. See, I got my coupon book, my emergency boost, you know. And if you need a snack, I got your snack. I got my bungee cords there, and I got some emergency water, some soda, just because I need to throw it somewhere. Then I got my emergency tools right here, you know? See? Thinking. Men want this. You don't need a whole trunk for stuff, and you can still fit all your groceries. And I tell you what, we took 2 people and a dog without these seats up like this, backpacking with all of our stuff. Then we took 3 people, technically 4 people, because we switched for a while, hoteling, and with all the stuff back here, which are just fine. So there's plenty of space. And the seats aren't too bad, and I'll show you in a little bit. Alright, let's start over here in the passenger seat. Now, I'll tell you this right away. This is my emergency towel, and I'll tell you what you need it for. So I have nieces and nephews. I don't have kids of my own. We'd be like, oh, this is a terrible car for kids. Boom. Terrible car. There you go. And if you have 2 babies, well, then you're just ridiculous. So you just put your kid in, you know, all right, there, all done there. Then you go, boom, job of good. And here's the emergency towels for. So come back here. You see these footwells, right? See how they're all messy and dirty from kids? I can guarantee you those are actually waterproof. You can spill in there because it's leather, and the water will pool, and then you take your emergency towel and you wipe it up. You know, those darn kids, what you gonna do? And if you get in here and you're not in the back, unfortunately the lock mechanism always sits you like this. Don't know why, just does. So you put it forward like this. Now they kind of stagger the seating. So because the passenger actually has more feet area than the driver, if you're not too tall, go up like that. And I've actually sat like this, like that, in relative comfort because I have a deep footwell, while the fat person in the back was back there. You know, because fat people need more space. Complainers. And if you're in here too, as a passenger, it's pretty comfortable because you can control your vents here. See these vents? They're like kind of quirky vents. They just go completely 360. No idea why. Just do. They just do. And you have a pretty deep, full of shit glove compartment there. You know, this is a real world test. You know. And in over there, you got nothing else because everything is accentuated for the driver and not for the passenger. The radio is aftermarket. It's nice though. Same as in my Celica. Just convenient, right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna show you in the back. I am 6'1", and I am fit. Let's just say that. So if you are not fit, this would be difficult. But as a 6 foot fit person, I can get back here, and I fit just fine. See? I'll admit there's a little headroom issues, but you just slouch like that, and you know you're in. You're slouching, and it works. Anyways, it's easy to get out too. They have this little button here, so they conveniently make it so you can't get trapped. Hit the button. Boom. Travel good. You're out. Let's move on to the driver's side, shall we? This is gonna be one heck of a cool cabin if you're a driver enthusiast. So when you're in this cabin, you're really soaked in. Now I will say one of the biggest flaws that this car that I really hate, which gives it a kind of a cool, quirky thing. It's the same in my car. There's no cup holders area. And the cup holder areas there are, how do you shift? Let's put the parking brake down. But how do you, every time you try to get in there, you're like, I can't. I don't know how to do this, but you know, it's what it is. It works. But the steering wheel is fantastic. I love this steering wheel. It's nice and small, and no matter how tall you are, you know, it is adjustable. So if you're short, you go like that, but I'm not, so it's all the way like this. Your feet don't touch, and I'm 6'1", so if you're a little tall, you have problems. And you have complete access because the steering wheel and the column here are shaped, so they match for how tall you are. It's just so cool, so cool. And you have your speedometer there and your tachometer right there with your other gauge instruments. They're all digital. Now I'll show you those digital instruments real quick here. Now I'm not really a fan of digital instruments. You see, here's your digital instruments. You have your fuel gauge, and you have temperature, and that's about it. And then they're all dummy lights up there. But it's a nice gauge for if you just want to do focused driving, and that's what I like about it. Let's move on to the other little cubby corners in here. You got a nice little thing right there, and that's fantastic. I love that. It's good for sunglasses. You know, you just throw those in there. But I always need my sunglasses. I wear them at night too. Yeah, up there. And it does have a cigarette holder, but that just has loose change. It does come out pretty easy. Right, there you go. Comes out pretty easy. So that's nice. And this cubby right here, which, you know, it's not bad cubby. Gives it a James Bond style, and it's very deep. Goes about 6 inches down. You know, got random crap in there. I do like where they accentuated the cigarette plug, because when we're on vacation, we have a Velcro. It mounts right there. So that's nice. Very convenient. And I also love how the shifters, it's technically like a short throw. I mean, you don't have very long throws, so it's very nice. It's very oriented, and when you go in reverse, it beeps at you. So, yeah. Let's start her up and take a look at the engine, eh? It's a sweet engine. She's a little dirty, you know, but she does the job. We got a cold air intake here, which we're going to be cleaning off soon. That's aftermarket. It works pretty well. So technically the setup when the old intake was right here, it had a little flap, that one right there. The problem with the old setup is it's got a restrictor flap on it, and that restrictor flap is basically making it so if it's cold or if, you know, it doesn't like the temperature, it kills off the power, which is good to not hurt the engine, but the engine already has an internal management system that does that for us, so, you know. Sometimes, as you can see over here, we get random birds that try to get in there, or insects. They usually die. And we have to clean that out a lot. And it is a flaw with this intake system. You know, that's annoying. But it is a very nice intake. And super easy. It's a spark plug and anything else. I say the only problem you guys working on this end, that's the problem. This end's easy. And we actually did the belt. We're probably doing the belt temperature too. And here's this scoop out there. So the scoop is right here. It comes down into a scoop down here if you want to show. And there's a scoop right there. And you see that? That actually cools the brake lines, you know? Yeah, sexy. Brake line cooling, you know? Nice, you know? Yeah. Anyway, so this is a 1.8 liter VVT VI. Variable valve timing intelligence. Variable valve timing lift intelligence. It's basically a knockoff of VTEC from Honda, you know, but it's really nice. So it's about 6,200 RPM. It goes into the high cam system, and the high cam system then gives you 180 horsepower and 133 foot-pounds torque. Now the torque's not a lot, but the horsepower, you'll just feel it. And you know, there's no power in the low end. Once you get to that high cam, it just flies. It flies like none other. I'm gonna give her a little rev. She sounds nice here. That's that induction noise, you know. She purrs like a little kitten. She's got 213,000, I think, 212,000 on her. So a lot of miles, but it's just a really reliable engine considering how lightweight and simplistic it is. This engine actually weighs less than 200 pounds. Pretty impressive, you know. Yeah. Let's go take her for a drive, shall we? Alright, driving the Toyota Celica GTS. This is my girlfriend GTS there. And, you know, it's a great car to drive. I will say, we've ruined it and made it better at the same time with the suspension we have. But it makes it a lot easier to do stuff like this. Passing someone in this car is incredible. It's so easy. You just throw it second and go. Now on the B roads, it's great. On the highway, great. In the town, I'll show you later and you'll see what I mean. It's just impossible in town to drive this car normal. It just is. There's just no way. You're basically stuck going first, then fourth or fifth. Every time. First, fourth, or fifth. Because you can't get it to move in any other gear. Because the gearing on this car is terrible, you know? Instead of worrying about one thing they always do worry about is the 0 to 60 time. And the 0 to 60 time is just, it's cool, it's important. Yeah, this car will tend to do it in 7 seconds, under 7. This car will do it under 7. But, the gearing, it just, oh God, I don't know how to tell you about it. But when we get in town, I'll show you how, when you're driving this thing, and you're thinking, oh, you know, I'll just go first, second, third. You can't do that in town. 1,000 to 3,000 RPM, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. There's just no torque. It's all RPM. This thing revs to 8,300. 8,500 depending on the year and model you have. Supposedly this one's 84, so I can't say for sure, but it has no power underneath there. It has 133 foot-pounds of torque at 7,000 RPM, I believe it is. 7,000 RPM is just a crazy amount of RPM. Caboose of people behind there. I'm gonna go for it because I can, because I got power. And you just go for it. Another problem that I hate about the gearing is when I'm in third, I keep or second and third, I keep in the high cam. And I'll have you here in a second. First to second. Another problem with the high cam is first to second, you cannot stay in the high cam. Not possible. You are stuck in this like zone of emptiness. And that zone of emptiness just makes you feel kind of lost. I think the word is for it. You feel kind of lost. Because from first to second, it's like, what happened to my high cam? What happened to my power? It's gone. I need my high cam back, and you don't have it. It's just not there anymore. But when you go from second to third, if you listen hard enough, because like I said, the RPM here is like 84, 8,500. This might be 8,300. It's actually kind of different for every car because I know someone who had a 2003, which supposedly only goes up to 7,900, and theirs went to 8,200 RPM. Same car. I mean, I don't know. It's just how Toyota decided to move things around. Really dumb. But I do wish that they would have changed the gearing. So that first gear, you shifted to like 30 or something like that, and then it went in at second gear, the high cam in second gear. So first gear should have stopped at 30. Then it goes in the high cam in second gear, right away at 30. And then you go up to close to 60, but you don't have to go quite at 60, because you only get 2,000 RPM, and then shove it at third, then you get past 60. That would have made it more fun. Faster? Maybe not. More fun though? Yes. And a lot of people say this about the Mazda Miata. It is not fast. I've owned a Mazda Miata. It is not fast. Trust me, this car is fast. I clocked it by myself, sitting in this car with full tank, by myself in the Miata with full tank. This car is faster. No doubt about it. But Miata is more fun. Now, which car do I like more? It's tough because this car has little quirks that everyone loves quirks. And that second cam, when you hit it just sings. And you love that sound. Now the Miata makes good noise, but it does not give you that oomph of power. I think I like it better because it's quirks. It has silly cup holders that you can't shift. You can't shift with these cup holders, with stuff in these cup holders. Not properly at least. It's a flaw. We're in the curve here. Turn the second. I didn't heel toe it there. I'm just taking the curve real fast. Ah, she takes it beautifully. Beautifully. Alright, we're going to do a quick 0 to 60 time here. Let's do this. She doesn't like taking off. 60. I have no idea how long that was. It's probably bad. Alright, so the first 0 to 60 video I did, the clutch slipping, so I only got like 11 seconds. So I'm going to try with 5 miles an hour. Rolling start. A little bit cheating, but clutch slipping is the only thing I can do, so here we go. I don't know how fast that was, but it felt quick. Felt quick. I hope it's quick. I mean, I hope it's better than 11 seconds. I know the clutch slipped. Now, we're going to fix that. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. That was a lot better. Chucking into corner there. Alright, so to show you how spacious this boot is, you know, I put in a member tag and two of my niece and my nephew. See?
Run these games.
See, that's very spacious. You could fit, in theory, a really fat guy like Tristan, or a skinny boy and or a skinny guy and two kids. See?
Yeah.
Spacious. Family car. Look at all the kids you could put in the back there. That's a family car right there. Family car.
Not legally.
Well, you know, now you're just being technical. Alright, back you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me with the Toyota Celica GTS. My girlfriend's Toyota Celica GTS. We'll be doing more cars, especially Priuses, unfortunately. I love Priuses. And soon, in a month or two, we'll be doing my Toyota Celica GT. GTS and GT or something. But anyways, we'll get to that later. But we're doing mine a little bit. But this one, I have to say, if you want a car that's good on gas, and mention this car gets almost 36 miles a gallon on the highway. On the street, you get 27. But you know, and it's comfortable and it's great for kids. You saw how many kids we got in the back of the boot, right? Great for kids. It's a great car. Great family car. That's what it is. It's a great family car. Anyone can argue you want this is a great family car. Screw them and their damn minivans. Well, I'm Shane, and Tags, you're Rick. Minivans are communists. That's right. Minivans. All right, kids, let's go.
Yes!
Here, wait, I'm gonna put it on the edge. Wait, I don't trust the trunk. Is the trunk... No, I'm worried about the camera. No, I mean, I was gonna put it on the edge.
No, don't put it on the edge.
I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, what I said.
Good, good, good. You went too fast.
I wasn't feeling yet. The truck fell on my brother's face. Were you recording that? That's hilarious. That's what we just told him. It's not gonna go in your face. It's not gonna go in your face. Oh.